Hello, people. How are you doing? What is happening? Who are my beautiful peeps? My takers, if you know what I mean. Okay, I haven't used that yet, so alright. So we're gonna start this live again. We tried it, but there were some technical issues, some network errors. But here we are again with Mrs. Globetrotter, who's gonna be joining me in she's gonna be joining me shortly. So I don't know exactly how much time, but it is what it is. And I think there she is. So let's invite her in. Worldwide, come on in. Join the live. Speak with us. Elevate the situation.
Hi, Aman. Sorry for the
So
cliche, that problem there. There was a short glitch, I think, but I think we're
yeah,
good to
that
go.
happens. We're good to go. All right. Hi, people. Hi, DWJ. How are you doing? Okay. So Bhavik is also here. He's our common friend, I think.
Yes. Hi, Bhavik. It's nice that
Okay.
he's watching too.
Yeah, Bhavik, do you want to join? Let us know अगर बीच में if you want to join. So, okay, let's do that over again. A little bit of introduction, a little bit about you, Mrs. Worldwide, Miss Brooke Potter. So, a little background about you, Harita, and what do you do?
Yes. So, like I was mentioning, and we got caught
Let's
there with
let's
the
let's ignore
internet.
that. Let's ignore that. That didn't happen.
Okay, let's forget about it then.
Reset.
Okay, so I was a site manager and then I switched professions into becoming a civil engineering professor and a youth architect. So the reason I call myself youth architect is I help students design their life, rather design their careers. And I'm on a mission to ignite the mindsets and skill sets of 100,000 youth for more clarity, abundance, and success. So,
Awesome.
to begin with, I'm just going to help them get their first dream job.
Okay, that's awesome. But that sounds a little like rehearsed, little one of those lines that you just
Absolutely.
from
That's
the
my
SIDS niche clarity
SIDS
program and
community.
all that.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
that is my 3 a.m. statement. And I'm very proud of it. Like you wake me up in 3 a.m. and I'll be saying that.
And like, yes, I'm. This is why you. This is my mission. This is my mission. Okay, so that's awesome. But here on the Aman Khurana experience or on this live, we try to keep it as raw and as
Raw.
spontaneous as possible. So
Absolutely.
keep with whatever is on top of your mind, impromptu. It is what it is. I will throw some curveballs on your way, and like we'll keep it all about the wits. Okay,
Totally, totally. Go for it. I'm just ready to hold it back, right there. Bhai
for
ball
sure.
feko to I'm not a sports person, but I'm ready to hold it there.
I'll throw it in a very like Ted Mosby style, so you can catch it like an architect, a youth architect.
Absolutely.
All right. So this was a little bit about you, a little bit about me. Like your audience will be watching me as well. So
Yes, I can see
I
a lot of them there. So Swati, say hi to Aman. He's really good, and
hi
yeah, I can
Swati.
also see Tanmay there and Ashutosh there. Adrish, hi. I can see a lot of my students there. So yes, Aman, please introduce yourself.
Okay, so a lot of the students, hi, hello everyone, and I'm Aman Khurana. I own a few companies here and there, and I do business consultation and life coaching all around the world. And I am also my mission statement is also very similar to Harita's here, and I'm trying to add more value to you guys, and she's trying to add more value to my peeps who are messaging there. Hello, hello, hi everyone. It's buzzing. Like, okay, so
Thank
Tes
you,
blows.
guys.
Yes. Okay.
It's
So,
buzzing.
guys, Harita, what's the topic for today? What do we want to speak about? It was inspired by your podcast that I heard today.
Thank you so much.
Hmm.
Yes, it was pretty much the skills. I really wanted to talk about the skills that I wish I had learned when I was way back in my college because this is something very close to my heart considering I never really had the sort of guidance that I
Hmm.
wanted when I was way back in college. कोई तो बोल देता कि यहाँ है हम लोग, या हम है हेल्प करने के लिए, हम है तुम्हें गाइड करने के लिए.
Exactly.
एंड then when I became a professor, this was so relatable because students, whether they were in college or even if you say your crowd, the students that follow you, there's one thing in common, that these days they really don't have a support system to fall back on. It's just that we
Mm.
all are in a rat race, constantly running to compete, constantly running to achieve something, and constantly trying to prove a point to the world outside.
Yes, that's true. And like I'll add a little more to that because I'm 100% with you. This came as my niche because this was my itch, as they say, because I did not have someone that I could look up to or that I could just connect or go to, or like one of those people who I can just be like, okay, here is the situation, please help me out. I don't know what to do. I'm confused. And I didn't have anyone like that for me, so I was like, let's be that for someone else, because we have to be the change that we want to see in the world. and uh,
Absolutely.
and then I came across this. Well, while I was going through my own struggles, while I was going to, like I was trying to create my own course on these things, and that's when I got in touch with Success Gyan, and their mission was very similar to what mine was, and it aligned everything in there, and I was like, okay, this is where I have to be, and I like gave my video there, got selected, and guys, by the way, she's also top 250, just like me. We're proud top 250 contestants, and let's hit the top 100 and
Thank
top 10, and
you.
then win the function show. Sorry for the language. So yeah, the point is, the mission was aligned, and then I joined Sid's community, as you are a part of it too. And the
Totally.
mission was aligned. The mission was more clear now. It had a more concrete direction to it, and that's when I was like, okay, now I have to do it. Burn the boats. Let's get to business, and let's do this. So that was the aim, and now let's get to like some particular skills, like the skills that we didn't have in college or we wanted to have in college, or the skills that we think are necessary for students who are going through college to have in their repertoire. So what do you think? What's the first one?
See, the first one, I think most of us, or most of the people who are watching, hi Jyoti Bhabhi, and hi Shubhayu, he's just passed out too last year. So,
Right.
most of the skills that everyone knows are essential, but we don't know where to work on, how to work on it, are the life skills.
Hmm.
Or I really don't want to call them soft skills because honestly, there's
Yeah,
nothing
soft
soft
skills
about
is a
them.
bullshit word for it. Like I don't like it as well. I'm with you.
There is nothing soft about them. I think they should be called as essential skills.
Yes.
How you communicate in person, आप कैसे बात करते हो, आप कितने confident हो, and I think also not just communicating on a one-to-one level, but being an effective communicator. So by
Yeah.
effective, I pretty much mean not just beating around the bush, or not just doing things or saying things for the sake of it, but
Mm.
improving your overall communication
Mm.
in terms of your
The,
language, in terms of
yep.
your email correspondence, because that's something we really don't do in college.
Mm.
I remember in my first job when my boss wrote FYI, I literally had to scratch my head and find out कि यार ये FYI होता क्या है. And those days we really didn't have so much of access to Google
Yeah.
and YouTube and stuff,
Yeah.
So pretty
So
much, yes, first thing is working on your soft skills,
in your
which
soft skills,
shouldn't be
and
soft.
yeah, as like I'll just build on that. Like I'm 100% with you. The thing is, you have to be more clear and like commanding communicator. Like you need to
Absolutely.
communicate your points properly. You should be articulate. You should be good with your vocabulary. You should know what kind of words to use, when to use them, and be confident in using them. Because a lot of times, especially when we're Indians, like we have this thing that English language is this stuff. Like if you know English, you're good at it. You are seem like this higher class being in your life. That
Totally.
has nothing to do with it. If you have the command of a language, it could be Hindi, it could be Marathi, it could be Bihari, it could be any regional languages that you have. If you're confident in what you're saying and you believe in each and every word that you say, you have the command over it. And you can
Totally.
command an audience, you can command a respect in any room that you walk in. So with that, like even if you're saying a regional language, say it in a way that सामने वाला ये ही नहीं बोल सके, oh shit यार, इसको तो इंग्लिश नहीं आती, इसने तो ये लैंग्वेज भी ऐसे बोल दी कि मुझे नहीं समझ आ रहा, मुझे भी इतनी आती थी या नहीं आती थी. Like confuse the f out of the सामने वाला person and impress them, like, in a way that you're not trying to impress them, but you are such a capable person that they are impressed just as a byproduct.
Totally, totally. I totally resonate with what you're saying. And I think we have a question in the chat box where
Yeah.
it's DWJ. She's asking, are we talking about communication? I'll just like to,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, reset that for you. It's not just communication, it's basically the skills that you should develop if you are in college or a recent pass out. Yeah, that's what we are pretty much
Yeah,
talking about.
we're talking about skills, and communication was the first part of those skills. And as long as you're respected and you get your message across, you are good. Yes, of course, that was oversimplification of what I just said, but okay. So your second point for you.
Second point, and which I have also put across in my podcast, the Yuva Aha, is you need to add value. So, when we also apply to jobs or when we fill up our resumes, trying to put whatever skills we can, एक sheet में, हम लोग 1 page में, 2 pages में, and I still have students who are like, madam, 3 page हो रहा है, इसको कैसे cut करें? Freshers writing a 3-page resume. So
Yeah.
that's one thing that I would like to add. One skill is add things that are going to add value to the organization or value to your college or value to your family. Or I give a very simple example every time that if you're going to apply to a shop that sells cake, you have to show कि भाई तुमको बेकिंग आती है. अगर रेज्यूमे में ये लिखोगे कि तुम स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन हो और तुम क्रिकेट खेल सकते हो, तो why is he going to hire you?
Yeah. So I have a little tidbit about that. As I have hired people myself, I own like 3 companies. So just a little technical this thing for any college goers or for anyone who can get a little benefit from this. Excuse me one sec. Okay. So it's that have a list of those 3 pages. Like जो कह रहे हैं ना आपको बच्चे के हमारे पास 3 pages का resume है, और have that list ready. ठीक है? But whenever you're applying to any particular company, cut a few of the skills that are not needed and just stick to the ones which are needed according to the company. So you can just change it and implement it in a way, because see, I have hired people, and trust me, not a lot of hiring people in India watch your CVs. Most of the hiring is done on the basis of your group discussions and on your personal interview.
Totally.
So if you can communicate your points properly as per the last point, you can get the job. Even if you don't know a particular software or a particular this thing, you can learn on the job. But you should be coachable, you should be up for a task, you should be and you should know where you are at the moment. अगर तुम्हें पता है ना कि यार मेरे को बस इतना आता है या फिर इससे ज्यादा नहीं कर सकता मैं, तो वो बात क्लियरली कम्युनिकेट कर दो अपने इंटरव्यू में. इफ द पर्सन इज intelligent enough, they will see you for that, they will commend you for that, and they will hire you and make you go to a staff member who can teach you what you are lacking.
Totally. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I think you've summed this up so well, Aman, saying that you will be hired definitely for your resume. That's like the first point entry.
That just gets your
interviews.
Yeah, exactly. Go on.
Yeah, but it's pretty much what you're going to bring to the table. what
Yes.
problem are you going to help solve them? It's
Yes.
all about the solutions. So pretty much about the values that you would add.
And make sure, see, if you're a starter, if you're a fresher, make sure kabhi kabhi na you can be in the sense that dude, I'm doing all this work and I'm not getting paid for it. Do not wait for those, like, don't go for the money, don't be greedy when you're starting out. Even if you get work for free, like if you're like working for free, or minimum wage, if you're like just getting कि तुम्हारा बस आने जाने का हो रहा है उसमें खर्चा, या सिर्फ खाने पीने का हो रहा है, just do it. Because in the beginning, a lot of people don't do this. A lot of people say, yeah, companies ask for experiences, we don't have experiences, how will we get jobs if we don't have experiences? To get experiences, when you're getting into college, start doing freelancing, whatever your field is. If you're a video editor, if you're a photo editor, if you're a cinematographer, if you are a writer, just start freelancing stuff. That is where you get your experience the moment you get into college. And the moment
Totally.
you're getting into college, do it for free. Do it for free. So till the time you're done with your 3 or 4 or 5 years or whatever it is, you have 4 or 5 years of experience more than any other competitor or any other student in your class. And you're far ahead of them. You know how the business work, you know how you have connections now, you have people that you can work with, or you have people who are hiring you anyway. So do you even need that job now?
And it in fact, Aman, what you rightly said was, yes, it gives you a little bit of experience in understanding the job as well, because a lot of times what happens is हम कुछ करना शुरू करते हैं और फिर हमें ये रियलाइज होता है कि यार मुझे तो ये जॉब अच्छी नहीं लग रही.
Exactly.
And because for all of you watching, yeah, Swastika, hi. For all of you watching, I need to let you know that Aman has done his undergrads in the UK, so he will definitely be able to guide you as to how the scenario is really different there and how the scenario is in India, and what skills we should really develop and carry on from, let's say, UK point of view, and also implement here, because I'm pretty sure as a country, their soft skills or their essential skills on the whole as a country are way developed than us
Yep.
in India.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. So, see, again, I'm going to give you some universal skills that help you anywhere around the world. As I said before, just be coachable. Number one, that's your number one skill as a student. Because as a student, you are a nobody. You don't know anything, and you're just starting out. And there is no shame in that. You're just starting out, and just be okay with it. It is what it is. So your first and major point is be coachable. Be like you want to learn. You're hungry to learn. And when you have that kind of mindset, you let go of a lot of inhibitions or a lot of things that keep you back, that keep you like नहीं यार शायद मुझे ये नहीं आता तो सीख लूंगा. Let's learn it. And so number one skill is be coachable. Number two, whatever you learn, try to implement it as soon as possible. Because when you're implementing, you're learning, okay, this is what works, this doesn't work. This works for me, this doesn't work for me. So you know yourself better as a person and as a candidate for any job that you're going for.
Totally.
And in your interviews, you can, go on.
Yeah, please go ahead.
In your interviews as well, you can also say that, because since you knew what you're good at, and you know that you're not good at this particular thing, you can state that in your interviews. Okay, sir, these are my strong points. Because people try to do that trick where I'm a perfectionist, that's my bad quality, and like interviewers see through that. Like we know it, we have seen it 1,000 times. So what you need to do is give them, okay, this is something I suck at, this is something I excel at. No one can do this better than you in your company. I know that for sure. Show some bravado, show some confidence, and you will get the job.
Totally. And see, when you say you should be coachable from a student's perspective, I would like to add one thing is, whether you're freelancing or whether you are doing a paid internship or unpaid internship, or even if you just start out in an organization, you should be able to give certain number of days, let's say a month or even 15-20 days, to understand what your higher
Hmm.
officers want of you.
Yep.
So what I mean is, I'm not saying ki chaploos banna hai or you have to be a sycophant. I don't mean that. But what I mean
Yep.
is, what sort of work can you manage for your immediate higher boss, and you can take it off from his plate and you do it. Only
Yep.
then you become an asset to him. And that
Yep.
is one skill that we all really need to master at the college level. So, for
Yep.
example, if you're participating in events, and maybe you have a canteen raising fund event, where you have to raise something as fund for the canteen. What you need to understand is what what is the cost, what is the cost per value for the canteen person to make that particular item, where are
Yep.
you going to keep your profits at, and how is it going to generate revenue. So that is exactly the process that you follow when you're starting out in a company or
Yep.
as a fresher, as to what value and what are you going to give to your immediate higher boss, because only then
Exactly.
you will be valued in an organization. If you do not know, and if you're going from 9 to 5, going there and saying abhi itna kaam kiya diya hai, itna hi karna hai, and bye bye tata, I'm going back home,
Hmm.
it really doesn't help.
Yeah. And to add to that, like when I was in UK, we had we had like different communities and different clubs for, we even have that in India, like societies, dance societies, theater society, and stuff like that. So,
Absolutely.
if you love those things, go for them, and, go for some admin positions in them, because I remember I was part of this Indian Student Association, and I had friends who were treasurers, who were presidents, and, who were doing all this stuff. And I would wonder, and I would ask them, like, why are you doing this? They were like, this would look good on our CVs. And that was like, is that it? And then, there was this one day I just sat and thought about it. Like, what about this would look good on your CV? Then I
CV.
realized, like, the things that you were just saying, like, when you're doing events, when you're like doing जैसे कोई इवेंट हो गया या कोई कॉन्सर्ट हो गया या कुछ कुछ भी हो गया, like anything on those things where you have to get money, you have to get sponsors, you have to get this, you have to get an artist, you have to get this stuff. So, when you're hustling, when you're bustling and doing all that stuff, when you're also like getting a little bit of financial education, like how to manage our finances, which is not taught. This is which is another skill that we should be aware about when you're in college. Like, so these skills, these soft skills, come when you do these things. When you go out there and when you put yourself out there, when you try to manage an event, when you try to manage these things, these are the skills that, like, you just learn them and you don't even know them. What
Yes,
I want you
absolutely.
to do from this point onwards, if you watch this live, be mindful of these things that you're learning this. Be conscious of these things, because when you know this stuff, you are this builds your self-esteem. And when your self-esteem is up, you get more confidence. You're more confident in an interview situation, and you are telling this to the person sitting in front of you. Okay, I know this. I
This.
know this. I have this down. No one can
Totally.
take this away from me.
Totally. Totally.
And when you have
Like,
that confidence, it's congruent. Like, it comes, it shows. Like, you're not just bullshitting. You actually know your stuff.
yes,
So yeah,
that
go on.
that rightly brings us to the next point that I wanted to mention. You've
Mm.
rightly put it, and I just sum it up to say that you first, in the beginning of your career or even as a college student, diversify, and then focus on the skills that you like. So when you diversify and when you try many different things, that's where you will understand कि अच्छा चलो मुझे ये अच्छा लग रहा है, और शायद for the next 5 years of my life I'll enjoy doing this.
Mm.
It has a lot to do with whether you're going to enjoy doing it, because otherwise you doing something from Monday to Friday and you're not enjoying it
Mm.
just brings us back to all those office memes, that are doing the rounds. Ki, "Arey, bas
Yes.
khatam karna hai and jana hai." And I think we also have a question here in the chat.
Yeah.
Do you want to take that up? It's like,
Uh,
why does the number of hours you stay back even matter? Shouldn't they look at the daily goals I set and what I achieve on that day? That's a very good question.
That's okay. I'll start a little bit on that. Then you can take it forward. See, DWJ, that depends on the organization as well. Like I have worked with a few organizations who set daily goals, and like who set like 2 to 3 goals daily for their employees. And once you have achieved that goal, you can do whatever. Like it is your option. You can come in and help another colleague and help sort them out with something or the other. If not, you can even take a leave in some of the organizations I've seen. But on the parallel side, I've also seen some organizations that where you achieve your goal in the first 2 hours of the day, and then they give more work to you. Okay, now do this, now do this, now do this, now do this. So that really depends on the organization. And that's another thing that a student, especially when they are at an interview stage or at a, like they're just passing out, they're trying to find jobs and stuff. Like, the first 1 or 2 months, assess the companies as well. Like, companies are assessing you for sure. Like you are in a probation period in the first 6 months, or, in the first 2 months, or whatever it is. So as a student or as an employee, I think you should assess the company as well. Like you should see
Totally.
if you're joining a startup, or if you're joining a mid-level company or a big corporate, you should know, okay, this is the work environment here, this is the work culture here, this is the office politics, this is the go-to person for this is my direct boss, this is my indirect boss, I answer to this person as well. These are the things that you should know, and you should be like, okay, I'm mindful of these things, and this is the work environment I can work in, or this is the kind of people I can work with and actually grow as a person or as an employee. But if you don't see that kind of growth, if you're seeing like, okay, this is a startup, people are not that serious, or I am the one who gets to do all the work or all the job, it comes on my shoulders, or people are blaming me, or there is blame game, there is extra politics over here, just leave the company. This is not good for your mental health, this is not good for your well-being, this is not good for your growth as a career at all.
Absolutely. You've addressed that so well.
Hmm.
And she's pointed us to her comment earlier where she says, isn't it more about efficiency? It's absolutely about efficiency. And DWJ, I would like to pinpoint that out to you. If there is a company that is not aligning with what your core values are, it's just like Aman said, it's a good decision to quit, because only
Yeah.
when you quit, see, the quitting process is very scary for all of us. But
Hmm.
trust me, when you quit an organization of that sort, only then you pave way for better opportunities to come in. If you're going to be
Exactly.
stuck there, it really doesn't matter. And I'll give you a
Hmm.
small hack there. Whenever you're applying for a company, on their website, the about section that we always skip reading, please read that, because that really states the mission of the company, it states the core values of the company. And if you feel as a candidate or as a person that you align and resonate with what that company says and stands for, only then apply to the job. Like Aman has very rightly said, it's not just they filtering you, but it's also you filtering them out for your
Yep.
own mental health and for your own well-being.
Hmm. And like the thing that you were saying about reading the about section and other stuff, like do there is this person in Success Gyan's team, Mr. Savan Kapoor, who does like a whole analysis on job, like how to get a job, how to get the proper company and the proper scale and
Right.
all that stuff. Like do your thorough research in whatever company you are going. You just don't be a willy-nilly, just don't be like a balloon, like wherever the wind is taking me, I'm just going. Okay, I got this internship or this job straight out of college, I'll just stick to it and spend 30 years over here. Be mindful of where you are, be mindful of where
Totally.
you want to go, and actually set your path according to your goals.
Totally.
And
Totally.
DW says, thanks for answering my question, really helpful. And yes, DWJ, get a
You're
boss
most
like
welcome.
hers, because I know she's awesome. And more power to your boss. Like her boss is awesome. Like I've heard a lot of good stories.
Wonderful. Then you are the
Okay.
lucky one actually there. Not everyone has a good boss.
Yeah. Okay, so Harita, we're a little short of time, so let's try to wrap things up.
Totally.
One last thing that you want to mention, one last skill that, according to you, is something that any college goer should know or should learn in college itself, so that they are well prepared for their life ahead.
It's okay. On a concluding note, I think this is not just for college goers, this is for all of us. I think we all really need to be lifelong learners because the current education system actually tells us that you just have to go to school, read a book, और फिर घर आके सो जाना है. Same, go to the college, read a book, और घर आके सो जाना है. This is an equation that we need to change for ourselves first. So if we
Hmm.
continue learning lifelong, the process just gets easier for us because then we become very mindful of our own experiences. And once you're more
Hmm.
mindful of your experiences and the problem solving that you are doing, you become a better person. And becoming a better person is what all of us aim for here. I'm sure
That's the
Aman
goal.
agrees to that too.
Yeah. Definitely, definitely. Lifelong learning by our mentor, Success Suren, if you will. LLL, lifelong learning is the key to any. It doesn't matter if you're in college or you're in school or you're in like in your retirement phase. Just don't stop learning because the world is evolving each and every day, and it's not about just keeping up with the world. It's also about being a well-rounded person as yourself. And like if you go out and talk to a few people, you should add some kind of value to the conversation. You should bring something to the table, be it anywhere. And if you're a lifelong learner, if you know things about things, you're an entertaining person, you're a cool person, I want to be with you, I want to party with you, I want to hang out with you. So if you want to hang out with me,
Totally.
don't stop learning.
If you want to hang out with Aman, please follow him.
Yeah, please follow me, guys, and follow Harita. Let's get the numbers up. Let's build each other's circles, and
Definitely. And
let's
let's learn together.
exactly, let's learn together. Because see, you guys would be seeing a lot of us together. We'll be doing a lot of different lives and different conferences together. Maybe one day, and maybe a webinar
Definitely.
too, and selling
Amen
our
to
courses
that.
to you guys.
Hey,
So
give me a
yeah,
high five, Aman.
high five, high.
There you go.
So, because we have a similar niche, we have similar people that we are guiding and like teaching. So, why not? Like, just join the party. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All
And
right.
that's
So,
one message I want to convey to everyone here as well. See,
hmm,
probably Aman and I are we have the same target audience. But what is a good thing, and I really want to thank Aman for this, for taking this initiative to reach out because it's all about collaboration. It's not about competition. We
yeah,
cannot be insecure of each other because only when we collaborate, that's when beautiful things, beautiful experiences come out. And
yeah.
I guess I have a lot to learn from Aman, and thank
And
you
I
so
have a lot to
much.
learn from you. For sure. Okay, so like coming back to it, collaboration is the key. Like have an abundance mindset, collaborate with as many people as you can, learn from them, spread the message across whatever you learn, and just keep the community growing. Yeah, Dr. Subi.
Absolutely.
Hi, Doc. We'll be leaving now, so next week or maybe in a few days we'll be doing another live where we'll be talking about consistency and other cool topics in similar fashion and for the similar audience. If you like this live, do join us. And Harita, one last question to you: how was your first ever live?
Definitely, it was rocking. All thanks to you. It was wonderful, and I'm looking forward to many more in the near future too. And
Hmm.
let's bring about a change. Let's do
Yes, ma'am.
whatever we can. And I guess all the change, like you said, begins from within. So it's a journey for us, and it's a journey for everybody around. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. And thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for the
Yes,
questions,
thank you,
DWB and
everyone.
everyone who participated. Lots of love to you guys. And
Thanks a
keep
lot.
checking this space out. And as always, take charge. Peace.
Stay ignited. Bye bye.
Bye.
See you